Just look at this place. It's hard to believe, but this small temple town has been here for more than 1300 years. Long before modern India, long before many countries we know today even existed, these temples were already standing here. For centuries, kings visited this place, saints meditated here, pilgrims traveled for days, sometimes even weeks, just to reach these sacred temples. But here is what surprised me the most. Despite all the history, most people have never even heard of Alampur. And yet, this place carries one of the biggest titles any temple town can have. People call it Dakshina Kashi, the Kashi of South India. Now that's a bold claim. Because when we think of Kashi, we think of one of the holiest spiritual destinations in the entire country. So naturally, I had one question. What makes this place so special that people compare it to Kashi itself? That's exactly what we are going to find out today. To be honest, when I first heard the name Dakshina Kashi, I was a little skeptical. I thought maybe it was just another historical title that people kept repeating over the years. But after spending some time here, walking through these ancient temples, talking to the locals, and learned about the history of this place, I started to realize that Alampur's history is much bigger than I expected. So where exactly we are? This is Alampur, a small town in present-day Telangana, right near the Andhra Pradesh border. At first glance, it looks so quiet. But over 1,000 years ago, this was one of the most important religious centers in the Deccan. The earliest major temples here were built during the reign of Badami Chalukyas around the 7th century, the same dynasty that gave us some of the incredible temples at Aihole and Pattadakkal. One inscription found here mentions Vinayaditya, a Chalukya ruler, and a records construction of one of the temples by a royal official named Lokaditya. Think about that for a second. The stones around us are not just old. Some of them have literally recorded the names of the people who built this place. Over the centuries, Alampur was not ruled by just one kingdom. The Rashtrakutas, Chalukyas, Kakatiyas, and Vijayanagaras, everybody left their mark here. Now check this out. Most people visit this temple and immediately notice the carvings, but archaeologists see something else. They see an experiment because these temples are doing something unusual. We are standing at Telangana, but the architecture looks surprisingly northern. The towers follow an early Nagara style that was more common in North India. At the same time, the builders mixed local Deccan influences into the design. Basically, the temples are architectural hybrids, and that's one of the reasons historians get excited about Alampur. It shows us how temple architecture was evolving during the early Chalukya period. Look at the joints between these stone blocks. No cement, concrete, just carefully cut stones fitted together with incredible precision. And after 13 centuries, they are still standing. Imagine carving all this with iron tools and human labor. No machines, no power tools, just skill. Let's come to the main part. So why exactly is Alampur called Dakshina Kashi? Ask around and you will hear different stories. Some people will simply say it's because the place is sacred. Others will tell you it's because the Lord Shiva blessed this land, just like Kashi. But the historical answer is actually more interesting. Alampur sits near the meeting point of Krishna and Tungabhadra rivers. River confluences have been considered sacred across India for thousands of years, and that alone made this place important. But there is another reason. Alampur was traditionally regarded as western gateway of Srisailam, and Srisailam is one of the most important Shaivite pilgrimage centers in India. Pilgrims traveling towards Srisailam from western regions often pass through Alampur. Over the time, the town became deeply connected with the spiritual traditions of Srisailam. Ancient religious texts, including traditions associated with the Skanda Purana, describe Alampur as a sacred Shaivite center. Most importantly, the resemblance with Kashi Kshetram brought this name Dakshina Kashi. There we have Ganga in Kashi, here we have Tungabhadra. Just like in Kashi, we have 64 ghats here in Alampuram, and we have 18 tirthas just like in Kashi. There we have Kashi Vishwanatha, here we have Balabrahmeshwara. There we have Annapurna, and here we have Joglamba. So no, the title Dakshina Kashi was not randomly invented. It grew over centuries because of the town's role in pilgrimage, its sacred geography, and its connection to Lord Shiva. You know what surprised me the most? Not only the history, not only the temples, it was how peaceful everything feels. Places like this remind you that some of the most important locations in Indian history are not always the most famous ones. Sometimes they are sitting quietly in a small town, waiting for people to notice. If you are planning a trip through Telangana or Andhra Pradesh, give yourself a day and come here. Come early in the morning, walk around slowly, don't rush. This is one of those places that gets better the longer you stay. In the next episode, we are heading into the Jogalamba temple, one of the 18 Shakti Peethas of India. And trust me, the story behind that temple is wild. See you in the next one. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe to OA Explore with Hari as we travel across Bharat, uncovering the stories, secrets and spiritual legacy of our ancient temples. Shivaya Namaha. Our heritage is our pride. Let's preserve it, celebrate it and pass it on to future generations.